Welcome to the Mystic Access Podcast, where the magic is in learning.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the September 30th episode of the Mystic Access Podcast. She's Kim.
He's Chris.
And we have some stuff to talk about today.
We hope so.
Well, we hope so, or this wouldn't be a podcast.
It wouldn't. It would be very boring.
Let's talk about, we have a Welcome to Fall sale, and that ends on Friday the 4th. I believe it goes through... Third. Okay. Yep, the 3rd. I need to get my dates right here before we announce stuff. So it's going to give you 17% off, so just tell your friends and, just pass it along a little bit.
That's definitely our best sale until Black Friday. If you want to take advantage of that, we may have a small sale for the end of the month, but that's going to be your best one to get your goodies right now. So
some kind of spooky sale or something.
Yeah, spooky sale. Probably have a spooky sale at the end. Maybe have some treats in there, but we don't exactly know how that's going to work yet. So if you want to be assured of a great rate, you might want to think about it now.
iOS 26 is now out to the public.
It is.
And you had an issue with your upgrade. Tell us what happened.
Yes, I did. And I did not know because no one told me that I probably should have waited to upgrade. Although I don't regret upgrading. I'm actually, for the most part, really enjoying 26. But I did not know that there were issues that might inhibit my upgrade process. And so went ahead and upgraded the day that the upgrade came out and kind of waited till end of day saying, well, people have gotten the update by now. I'm good. And it did take a little while to get, but no problem. Updated, everything seemed fine. I was playing with it. And at the end of the night, I said, my phone's really hot. I've probably just been sitting here and letting it update and all the things. And I'm just going to go ahead and turn the phone off tonight because it's hot and I just want to calm down. And it probably needs a good power off anyway. It's been several weeks since it's been turned off. So I turned it off. The next morning, I awakened to a not so pleasant surprise. I had no voiceover. I didn't know what was going on at first. I thought, is my volume maybe all the way down? So I tried turning the volume up, but I did this very carefully because I now have this great fear of calling 911 because I accidentally did that back in NC and don't really want to do it again. It was embarrassing. I was turning up the volume, trying to figure out what was going on, trying to turn voiceover on and off by triple tapping the side button or power button. That wasn't working. I was like, what is going on? I came downstairs and Chris had gotten up before I had, and I said, I got a problem. There's no getting into this phone. And you said, oh, I forgot to tell you.
I saw on Mastodon, somebody said that, if you upgrade to 26, you could lose voiceover. It won't turn on. And they had said, once you get voiceover up and running, to reset your voiceover settings. So you were not able to do that because you couldn't sign in. It was literally prompting you for your PIN. We used Ira to find out what exactly it was doing on the screen, and then they said, yeah, it's prompting for your PIN. So after the 3rd or 4th time of me trying your PIN, we decided not to do that because you don't want to lock yourself out.
No, he had my phone and his phone. He was calling Ira on his phone. He was trying to enter my PIN on my phone, and it wasn't working. And it's almost impossible to do because they have to tell you exactly where to hit. It's obviously going to lock the screen eventually.
Before the screen times out on you.
Or you're going to hit the wrong key. It's just not a good idea. There's a good chance you're going to hit that emergency button down at the bottom of the screen. I mean, it's just not a real feasible idea. And I don't know what I would have done if I had not had a hardware device, my cable, connected to the phone. That is how I ultimately got into the phone. We unlocked the phone, or
we turned on the Hable. The Hable connected. You got that beep or the buzz. Right, where you know that it's connected to the device. And your iPhone is the only device your Hable connects to, so you don't have to worry about that.
Right.
So that was nice. Then you were able to type in your code, and then we ended up at the main screen. At that point, we were able to unlock or start VoiceOver by using Siri to do so. And I think for whatever reason, your volume was turned down. So we had to turn up your volume as well.
Yeah, that was
And
weird.
You said it wasn't working the way that it normally did. You said you weren't getting the haptic feedback that you normally did.
It was weird.
We went into VoiceOver and we were able to find the reset VoiceOver settings button, which is exactly what you did. You reset VoiceOver. And then
It
you
was
spent
awful.
a good couple of hours trying to get your voices in your rotor and all this
It's still
other
not back to
stuff.
normal. I just haven't had time to get it all fixed in the last week or so. And it's still not back to the way I actually want it. But the good news is that's stuff I can go back and tweak. I still have some of the voices I like. They're in my rotor. I can access them. I have speech rate in my rotor, the things that I use regularly. So it is a pain in the butt to do the reset of voiceover settings. It really is, especially because that's kind of our daily driver. And
Sure.
when it's not set up the way you want it, it's just like having to reset a screen reader of any sort. It's not fun. It was a matter of getting it fixed. I don't know what the problem was or what happened. Now I actually seem to have too much haptic feedback. It just really hasn't been my week in terms of computers and phones and little things like that. So I don't quite know if I broke a mirror or something in my dreams or what's going on. It's cool. You just have to be aware that sometimes these things happen and have backup methods. Because honestly, like I said, if I had not had the Hable connected to this phone, I don't know what I would have done.
You would have not had a phone until you had sighted assistance, possibly someone physically here that could type in your code.
Yeah, who knows when that would be?
Right, exactly.
I mean, we couldn't have relied on that. I would have had to have taken my phone somewhere where I entrusted someone to fix it for me.
Yeah, let's walk down the street and say, please, can you enter the code on my phone for me?
We could go knock on our neighbor's door. You
Oh,
kind of know
yeah.
her. You've met her.
I've met her, but that's about it. I've met her
Let me introduce my wife. Can you do us a favor?
Yeah.
I mean,
I remember one time I had DirecTV and they sent me a new card because something happened to the little card that you put into the box. And I called up DirecTV and said, I can't do this. This was like 2003, something like that. And they said, go ask a neighbor. I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. You're going to send someone out and they're going to activate the card, or we can just kill the service. And they were like, okay, we'll send someone else. I says, you wouldn't just let some stranger in your house to, go in and activate your card. And she says, no, I guess I wouldn't. So well, I'm not going to do that either.
absolutely not.
There you have it. I was just like, nope, I'm not doing that. And it was really kind of funny too, when I actually canceled DirecTV because it wasn't being used, the person kind of got snooty on the other end and says, what are you going to do? Read all the time? I said, actually, yeah, I am. It's like, oh, okay. I mean, it just wasn't being used, so why pay for it? I mean, that's the story of
what I would have done.
Yeah.
Our closest Apple store, you know how much it would have cost us to get there? And then how would we have found it based on the location where it is?
It's kind of in the mall on the second floor.
But there's no entry and exit to get in there.
No, I don't believe so. From the outside.
From the outside. So I don't know. That would have been crazy.
Yeah. All to enter your code and get VoiceOver up and running.
All to enter my code.
And the funny thing is, though, when it was in that state, I tried to call you and there was no phone service. So you couldn't even use it as a phone, even like by talking to Siri, because Siri wasn't a thing. It wasn't working. It wasn't workable because you were kind of in this weird loop where you had to enter your code. But I couldn't even call you. It went directly to voicemail.
I suppose in great desperation, we could have driven up to your brother's house and my sister-in-law would have done it for me in 2 seconds and then probably would have invited us to dinner because they felt bad for us. I don't know, man. You can't trust them to be there, though. I mean, that's the other issue. You'd have to text and say, hey, by the way, when are you going to be home? I have a little bit of an emergency.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
They would have probably, in that case, they probably would have driven over, entered the code.
They may have driven over to us. Yeah. I don't know. But it's not a situation you want to find yourself in when sighted help is not something you can count on. And it's definitely not for us. It's not the way we live our lives. As a result, sometimes you end up in these situations and you need backups to make sure as much as possible that doesn't happen to you. So yes, I was very grateful. I think even had I had the Hable connected to my Droid phone in addition to my iOS phone, I still could have gotten it working.
It's possible if the Hable would have connected back to your iPhone if you turned your Droid off. I don't know how that works.
We were supposed to be able to hit a certain key command on your Hable. What is it, like B?
But that's only to change the keyboard type.
That's true.
That has nothing to do with the device you're connected to. So you really have to be careful. And you've got a 14 Pro. My thought was to connect your Brilliant or the Mantis directly to the machine. And would that have even worked? I don't know. But you had a Lightning port. I've only done it with C to C. So I've only done it with the 15 Pro Max as a C connection to the Mantis, and that did work, but I'm not too sure if the Mantis's keyboard would work independently because I've never tested it. if it would work independently without VoiceOver running. The key was VoiceOver was not running.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if the Mantis probably would have worked because it's a QWERTY keyboard. I don't know if the Brilliant would have worked as a keyboard. It'd be interesting to know, but you'd have to turn off VoiceOver, and how would you really know unless you had someone looking at the phone? But anyway,
Right.
that's another way we could have possibly done it. Maybe a USB-C keyboard, which is what we don't have here either. So we don't have a USB-C keyboard. Bluetooth, unless it's connected to the machine already, you would not have been able to connect to the phone. If you had a nice little Bluetooth keyboard, if it's not connected, maybe you're using it somewhere else, or you just hadn't gotten the time to connect your Bluetooth keyboard, you would have been out of luck at that point too.
This is for all of y'all who call me all the time and ask me, do I like the Hable? Do I use the Hable? And I tell y'all I use it every day. This is a good example of why. Because it saved me so much.
Yeah, it was really cool. It just went boom, 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 you're in. And we had confirmation from the IRA agent that it went in. And she was probably, because I was holding the phone, pointing the phone at the thing. And she was probably like, your PIN just got entered.
Yeah.
I mean, that worked. That's a good story to tell about how one could recover. Even if you have a Bluetooth keyboard and don't use it all the time, maybe connect it.
Exactly.
You know.
Then at least in a situation like this, you have a possible solution.
Right. To enter that PIN.
Mm-hmm.
So entering that PIN, like I said earlier, I tried, I would say 4 times.
Yeah, I think you did.
And failed 4 times. And I'm just like, we're not going to do this, because what if you have that enter your PIN 10 times and it deletes your phone or whatever?
Wipes my phone.
Yeah, you don't want to take the chance.
No.
So
that's one of those things that can happen.
Right. You might sound a little different on this podcast.
Just a little. I am using my new toy, which are my AirPods Pro 3s.
Yes.
Did end up getting them. I'm still deciding, honestly, what I think. I think I'm going to be very happy that I got them. Ultimately, I have the 2s. Wasn't sure I was going to do it. It was kind of one of those purchases where, had I not gotten it on payments, I'm not sure I would have done it at the time, because, I don't need them. They're not a must experience toy for me, because I have the 2s and I love the 2s. Many of you have heard me talk about in the past the fact that I do love and use the 2s regularly.
These are the 2
Pros. Yes,
Pro
the 2 Pros, not
called.
the original 2s.
We have to specify, because there's so many 2s,
yes.
2 Pros.
So we're talking about
3s, and then there's 3 Pros now.
Exactly. So we're talking about the AirPods Pro 2s, which are the ones I've had before, and the AirPods Pro 3s, the brand new ones that Apple just released. So ordered them, waited for them to arrive, got them, and we're going to show you a little unboxing of that now, and then we'll give you some updates. Hi, everyone. Welcome to this unboxing. Another one. Now, we're not using our mic setup today, so he may sound a little further away than I do, but hopefully in post we can bounce his volume up. We have a nice outer box here. If you'll grab that, Mr. Nova. Thank you very much, sir. Don't leave it there. He just tossed it on the floor. So what I have in my hand is a small square box. And in this small square box is a set of AirPod Pro 3 earbuds from Apple. Now, I wasn't going to get these, but I was so impressed by the fact that they said the noise cancellation was so much better, and the fact that it's supposed to sound even better than the original one. Kind of blew my mind. And the earpieces are supposed to be kind of squishier, I guess.
Yeah, and the AirPods themselves are supposed to be a different shape.
Yeah, so we're going to see what we got going on here. I've opened the outer box because, I just handed that to Chris. So I'm opening the inner box, and on top we have the little cards and manuals and things. They just came out of their sleeve, so of course I got to stick them back in. They come in a little cardboard sleeve, and they're on the top. I won't leave all this in where I'm kind of trying to get stuff in and out of envelopes, because I didn't mean to pull those out, and I did. There we go. I'm going to toss those in the lid, so I know where they are. And then underneath this, we have the AirPods case. And of course, they're wrapped up in this little
normally paper
stuff, which I'm trying to take off. Come off, normally paper stuff. Thought it would just slide off, and I'm just having a little bit of trouble getting it off. There we go. You just have to kind of work with it. Now, as they said, these are a smidge bigger, wider, or taller, if you will, than the AirPod 2s. Pro 2s, yes. So, if I open them up and take one out, it is definitely Ooh, a different design. You may have heard that sound. And definitely a different design. They are seemingly a little bigger, and definitely a different design for the ear. It looks like there's more earbud than there once was.
Let me see.
I'm going to put it back in, close it, and hand it to you.
Case is definitely different.
Case is definitely different. That was the sound of his opening up.
Okay.
And then on the bottom, we have, as you might imagine, the little things of earbuds, or ear tips,
Well,
rather.
kind of interesting. Put it in your ear. Huh.
Oh, did you put it in your ear already?
Yep.
So you have your little ear tips that you can play with. I was just sitting here trying to wonder where my AirPods Pro 2s are and whatever happened to those ear tips. I bet they're not interchangeable.
They're probably not.
So that is kind of what they look like. So a little bit of a, what would you say, longer or taller or wider interface to the case.
Yes, definitely. The case is taller.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. You've got that.
You've got the stem.
You do.
The magnetic quality is still obviously there.
Yeah, I'm trying to find where the button is to put them in pairing mode for like other devices other than your iPhone.
I didn't even look for that.
It's hard to find. Yeah.
And they of course make the
like
little ding. The other ones do too.
Oh, do they?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I found the button.
Where is it?
Back.
On the back?
Yeah. I think I found it. Yeah, maybe not.
So if you're pairing with an Android device or
yeah, but
another,
I can't find it. But that's what it's supposed to be for a device other than your Apple.
Right.
Maybe it's, I don't know. This has USB-C on the bottom, and it also has wireless charging.
Very excited about the USB-C because we got the AirPods Pro 2s essentially right when they came out, and then they changed the design so that it became USB-C, but ours are Lightning.
There you go.
Thank you. I'm going to look again for that button. Where is the button?
Maybe it doesn't have one.
That would be kind of interesting without a button. There is a little bitty pinhole thing. I wonder if the button's in there.
Yeah, it could be.
I don't really know. I kind of hope not. Oh, wait. Nope, that's a hinge. No. Now that you mention... Oh, wait. I think I see it. Nope, that's part of the hinge. I put my finger in it to see if it did anything, and it was part of the hinge. So, not real sure
I thought the same thing.
about that, but we will play with these, and I will get back on here with y'all and give you an update. So that was the original unboxing. You noticed in the unboxing that we were talking about no button. We thought we had found it a couple times. No button. My understanding is that you touch or tap or hold or something on the LED on the case, and that is how you will put them into pairing mode. I think the LED is somewhere on the front. You would touch that or try and figure that out in order to put them into pairing mode.
And this is pairing mode for Droid devices, not Apple devices, because Apple, they really just connect.
They just connect. They auto connect. That part's easy. The thing I need to do is go in and change the names so that my Pro 2s and Pro 3s, I'm sure which is which. So I think they're going to need new names now that I have two sets.
You could make up your own new names for them. They don't
I
have
could.
to.
I might.
Yeah. Like my phone is called Saturn.
Mm-hmm.
And my iPad is called Jupiter.
My phone is called Lilac because it's purple. So I like lilacs. They're one of my favorite flowers. If I could change those names, I think the noise cancellation on these is fantastic. I think it's definitely very, very good. I am having an issue, that we just noticed. I don't know if it was Zoom or the fact that I'm just wearing one or what, because these are fully charged, or they're supposed to be fully charged anyway, where my AirPod just kind of disconnected. We were talking on it.
Are you still there? Are you still only wearing one?
No, I'm wearing two.
Okay. So you were wearing one and we lost your voice, and then you put two in and it seems to be working okay now. Who knows? We just wanted to get this thing recorded. We didn't want to figure out why it was doing what it was doing.
And I haven't experienced that previously with my twos, so it makes me a little nervous as to why that happened.
And it may be just something happened. Who knows?
Yeah, don't know. I mean, it seemed to be fully in my ear. That wasn't a problem. It hadn't disconnected itself from my ear. Speaking of, I did have to change the ear tips. I think the ones that are on by default are mediums. And I put in I think they're called small. Or no, they're not called mediums, I don't think. There's like small, extra, extra small, and large, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So I did have to change them anyway. So I don't have the smallest tip in because I tried those first and they were not really working. One ear fit perfect and the other ear did not fit well. So because my right ear wasn't fitting properly, I did the size up and now everything seems to work fine.
You don't have to have the same size for each ear either. So if a small works for you in the one ear and a large works for you in the other ear, then you'd use that configuration. Now, I just bought third-party ear tips because I lost my tips from my Pro 2s,
You
which
probably didn't. They're probably around somewhere,
they're
but
probably around somewhere. Well, I can't put my hand on them.
no.
So I decided to get a pair of
Third
third-party,
markets. Hmm.
yeah, and see what they're like. Who knows? They're not here yet, but we'll see what happens when they do come.
Yeah. We may do a little insert to let y'all know. So it's just a matter of getting used to the new ones. The AirPod does sit a little differently in your ear.
I actually like that.
Yeah, you have a lot of trouble with stuff fitting properly.
That's why I like over-the-ear headphones. There aren't that many earbuds that I actually do like for that reason. They don't fit right. The AirPods 3 are shaped a little bit differently, and it's kind of a different feeling in your ear versus the 2s.
I haven't quite gotten used to them yet. I do think sound quality is potentially improved. Again, I need to play with them more to find out for sure what I think about that. I kind of regret the investment right now, mostly financially. I'm not sure that this was the time to go investing, but I was also excited because, you're the latest, greatest, that new shiny toy syndrome thing that happens to you sometimes. But I also really wanted to get them to compare with the tubes and kind of find out what I liked better. And online opinions, at least on YouTube, seem to be mixed. A lot of people love them. A lot of people think the twos are still better. A lot of people think that Apple did a great job with these. So it just depends on who you listen to, honestly, in terms of what people are thinking. There is this adaptive mode. I still haven't quite figured out how that's supposed to work. There's also a mode where it's like conversational mode.
Which is cool. I like it.
Yeah, I turned it off. I don't think I like it because you have to talk pretty loud to actually seemingly start the conversational mode. Like if you're talking like we're talking right now, it's not loud enough to start the conversational mode. And what that does is that brings down the music or podcast or whatever you're listening to in your ear.
It kind of turns off your noise canceling too so that you can hear the person, right? Is that right?
I think so.
Yeah. Well, you have to. If you're listening to music and you got noise canceling on and you start talking,
Yeah.
they would have to do something so that you can hear the other person.
Yeah, I suppose that's right. You still do have transparency mode, though, and obviously the noise canceling mode and this new adaptive mode thing that you can change to. And one thing I really do like that Apple has been good about is you have different sounds that indicate which mode is on. So you have a different sound for transparency mode, a different sound for noise cancellation, and a different sound for this new adaptive mode.
That's not specific to the 3 because my
I know it's
AirPods
not.
Max do that too. So
Yeah, and my twos do that as well. So I like that. My point wasn't that it's specific. My point is that it's something Apple does. And I think that's nice that each one kind of has its own little chime that's specific to that mode.
I got these headphones over the summer. They're Anchor. And the previous model of the Anchor used to talk. It used to say like connected and the battery level and stuff like that used to talk. Now, at least these headphones, they have different sound effects for power up, power down, connecting, and changing the different, whether noise canceling is on or off. And I think it's cool. I mean, things don't have to talk, but it gives you the ability to know what mode you're in when you're pressing those buttons.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would agree with that. So you've played with these a little bit. What do you think?
I played with the 3s a tiny bit, and I kind of like them. I don't think for what I use them for, I don't think I would buy them, but that's just me. I prefer my Max headphones, which, those are expensive over-the-ear headphones. They really are. You don't really like them, do you?
I don't. I don't like the way they sound. I don't like the way music sounds on them. I just don't.
Mm-hmm.
I like the magnetic ear cups.
Oh, those are cool, except when you lose one and have to go find it, which happened once because you cannot use those without those ear cups on. If you try, you're going to get feedback. So that I says, well, let me just see what happens. Yeah, don't do it.
So yeah, I'll keep playing with these and see what I think over time. Like I said, I just have a little bit of regret. And I think maybe as a result of that, I'm not maybe playing with them as much as I should be to learn more about them. I'm not really sure I needed 2 sets of AirPods, but I liked the other ones so much that I wanted to give these an opportunity and try them out, especially because the noise cancellation is better. It's got the heart rate thing built in, which I have no idea how to use. And it's supposed to have better sound quality. So, yeah.
Last time we talked about our downloads, mysticaccessdownloads.com. And currently, unless things change, there is a splash page up that says basically coming soon. We migrated the site from one download manager to another download manager because we liked it better. and ultimately it saves in the long run. And so we had to migrate our stuff, and not to get too geeky, but I used what's called a CSV, comma separated value file. I was able to export from the old stuff and import to the new stuff. Once I figured all that out, it was a breeze. The site is actually working, but it's not ready for public consumption just yet.
It's almost there, but
It
not quite.
is. I mean, for when we were talking before, we thought we'd have to manually input all of these records and download numbers and files and all this other stuff, which
Would have taken us weeks.
it would have taken us weeks, if not months.
Yes.
So that's why we had said it's going to be down for a while, but it won't be. It might be up at the time that we have this podcast come out on.
Yeah, it might be back for y'all.
Mm-hmm. So let me show you what is going to go on with this downloads.
Now, just a second, before you begin showing, just the same caveat that we put in the last podcast, this has nothing to do with any downloads that you have purchased from mysticaccess.com.
Correct.
Those are in your Mystic Access account under the My Downloads subpage or subtab that you'll find in there. These are the free downloads on the mysticaccessdownloads.com site.
Correct.
That anybody can access.
Windows M, desktop, folder view, list view, Avast secure browser, enter. Leaving table, address and search bar, edit, computer braille, address and search.
So I'm in my browser and I'm going to go to mysticaccessdownloads.com.
Selected https://mysticaccessdownloads.com. Enter. Mystic Access Downloads Avast secure browser page. Visited heading level 3 link event recordings.
I'm going to go to the top of the page.
Mystic Access Downloads.
So I'm at the top of the page and I'm going to scroll down.
About work miscus 0.
This is the admin toolbar. We're going to not do that.
New ed up out. Edit. Search tool, same page, visited link, Mystic Access Downloads.
So now we're in the meat of the website.
So is that the first thing that someone's going to see on top?
Yeah.
That Mystic Access download link?
Skip to content.
Skip to content.
Toolbar nav, same page.
Skip to content is the link that people are going to see. Now, remember, this is still a work in progress, but this should be what the final thing looks like. So what we're going to do is we're going to scroll down.
Visited link, Mystic Access Downloads. Primary navigation region. List of 3 items. Visited current page, link home. Link about Mystic Access. Link contact us. List end. Primary navigation region end. Main region. Article. Heading level 1 free audio downloads.
That's the title of the page.
Heading level 2 thanks for your interest in Mystic Access's free audio downloads. On this page you will find an ever-growing number of absolutely free audio downloads from Mystic Access. We instruct on a variety of mainstream and assistive technology products, assist you in more proficiently using your mobile devices and computers, and much more. Audio is recorded from a blindness perspective, primarily by 2 totally blind professional instructors, Chris and Ken Nova. We hope they give you an idea of the superior quality of our work. If you like what you discover here, please consider spreading the word about our offerings to interested friends and colleagues. Please note that you will need to unzip many of the files found on this page. You may use a program such as Link 7-Zip for this purpose. If using a screen reader, you may move by headings using H and Shift H to view the available download categories. The number of downloads in each category is listed. List of 2 items. Bullet. There is also a recently added downloads category if you want to see what was recently added. Bullet. Looking for something specific? Please use the search box above the categories. List end. Heading level 2 free audio download categories. Edit. Placeholder search downloads ...
There's your search.
Heading level 3 link accessible household gadgets 7.
And then what's going to happen here is these are now your categories, and you're going to get a list of downloads below this. So you're going to get the latest 4 downloads from that category. So here you go.
List of 4 items. 1. Link learning about the Leary Q scanning and reading device 2868. 2. Visited link the Leary Q assistive reader unboxing and demo 2890. 3. Link pint-sized kitchen 3245. 4. Link Taylor talking bathroom scale demo 1752. List.
And these are the number of downloads?
Yes, for each one.
Heading
I didn't realize we had 2 for Lyric.
Yeah, we had the unboxing, and then I think we had the event. Did we not do an event or something for the Lyric? I don't remember.
I don't know. I thought we did an event, but I thought that would have been showing in events, not necessarily household gadgets. That seems like a strange place to have that one.
Well, it might be in household gadgets or it might be in events because we're going to see here.
List of 4 items. 1. Link getting comfortable with computers. March
Okay.
2024 event recording 469. 1. List of 4
Let's see
items.
what
Heading
category
level
that
3
was.
link accessible mainstream electronic devices 8.
Okay. Now I'm going to
Now,
hit
do we
H.
know?
Do we know? Yes. What?
Do we know that the categories where it's saying how many, is that real? Because sometimes these numbers are off.
Well,
Do we
let's
know,
find out.
for instance, that there's really 8 things in that category, for instance?
Level 3 link accessible. Enter.
Let's find out,
Mystic
shall we?
Access downloads. Heading level 3 link accessible mainstream electronic book.
So now I'm going to hit H.
Wrapping to top. Free audio downloads. Heading level 1.
H again.
Thanks for your interest in Mystic.
H
Free
again.
audio download categories. Heading level 2. List of 8 items.
It's the
Oh.
downloads here that changed. To answer your question,
Bullet link getting comfortable. Bullet link getting list of 8 items. Heading level 2 free audio download categories. List of 8 items.
because you're in the category that we just opened to answer your question.
Bullet link getting comfortable with computers. March 2024 event recording 469. Bullet link initials.
But it said here,
Bullet list of 8 items.
list of 8 items. So the answer to your question is yes, the numbers are
Well, that's
correct.
good.
All right. So I'm going to go back.
Back. Mystic Access downloads.
Now,
Mystic
is there a way to take you back to the previous thing?
Alt left arrow.
Alt left arrow needs to be your friend.
Yes. Or you can go up to the menu and hit home. There's a home button.
That's true.
or
You could go home, or you
menu
can probably
item.
see all the categories from up there and just go into a different category.
You bounce from category to category with H to shift H. That's why there's only 4 items.
Right, but from that page that we were just on, couldn't you go category
Yes.
to category? That's
yeah,
what I meant. Yeah.
Not the page that you're on because you're in the category.
Oh,
So you
okay.
still have to go back.
You'd still have to go home or back.
Correct.
Okay.
So now we're just going to bounce down here.
Accessible software. APH products 2 heading level 3 link.
See, there's 2 APH products. Let's see what they are.
List of 2 at 1. Link APH Mantis Q40 MP3 audio documentation 4351.
Okay. Now, if I press enter here,
Enter. Mystic Access downloads. Main region. List with 2 items. APH.
so it's loading that.
Wrapping to top. Free audio
Information.
downloads. Thanks for your interest in Mystic.
So now let me show you this.
Placeholder graphic.
So there's a picture, if you wanted a picture there.
Link download.
There's your download link.
Article. Table with 2 columns and 6 rows. File name. Mantis Q40 MP3 audio documentation.zip. Version 1.0. Date added. September 3rd, 2021. Downloaded 4351 times. Category. Link APH products.
Ah, that might be how you go back. Or it might
Yeah, you can go
just-
back to that specific category if you wanted to.
Right.
Sure.
Link APH Mantis Q40. Link Mantis Braille display. Link Mantis Q40.
Now,
Link
these
Mantis tutorial.
Mhm.
are tags.
Yes.
They don't tell you they're tags, but they're tags.
Right. Well, it
They're
did tell
under
you
the
they were,
category where the item lives.
right.
Link APH tags.
But it did tell you there were tags
Oh, I didn't see that.
right up there. Yeah. So I went up.
I think
and-
perhaps that the voices are being canceled out. So if you guys aren't hearing something, you'll need to explore this on your own when it comes out.
right. So
Link APA link Mantis table N. Mystic Access is thrilled to have collaborated with APH to create audio
and
documents
this is all the info on the download. So before you download it, you can read all this
by
info.
a totally
Now, let's go back up to where it says download.
free audio. Thanks for your free audio download.
And I just did Shift H.
Placeholder link download.
Here's your download. Press enter here.
Enter. Mystic Access downloads. Main region. Download no description available. Link. Download page N-Mystic Access downloads. Heading level 1 download page. Page has 5 regions, 1 heading and 7 links. There are 2 smart glance hide. Download complete.
Okay. It downloaded the file automatically, but it took you to a kind of landing page to let you know that your download may start automatically. If it does not, then click here. So let's read that.
No more. Your download should start automatically in a few seconds. If it doesn't, link please click here to start it manually. Article end.
And that's what it says. Now, we may add some text at this point to tell you that information, but that's what it did. It actually downloaded. So now we can actually practice what we preach.
Download
Go to the top of the page.
to because new edit up howdy. Edit. Search. Toolbar navigate same page visited link Mystic Access download primary navigation list of 3 I visited link home.
You go home.
Enter download page N-Mystic Access downloads site banner region.
So now we're back to all the categories and all that stuff.
So our previous download manager would have left you on the page with the download.
Correct.
This one takes you to an actual landing page, which, whatever. And
I think it's
you'll have to
cool,
go back from
actually.
there.
I think it's cool because it tells you that you did something So if you miss the old manager, if you miss the fact that your browser announced that the download has started, you would not realize that the download had started and you might hit it 4, 5, 6 times. This way, at least when you hit that download link, it takes you somewhere that says, please download it again if it didn't start
But
automatically.
double check, guys. Don't just automatically hit that download again if you don't know what happened to it. Hit your downloads
Your
command.
keystroke that goes to your downloads
It's usually
and check
Control
it out.
J,
Yeah.
but not always.
But
So
you
hit
did hear
Control J.
JAWS announce download complete. So most of your browsers these days are going to say download complete. Or if it's not on a super fast connection, you're going to get the percentage of the download. So if it's a large download and you're
And that one was.
slower, right? That one was, but we're on a fiber gigabit connection.
Yes, we are.
So that's why it kind of went so fast.
So show me how search works.
Go to search.
Mystic Access download. Search edit. Blank. Search edit. Blank.
I'm going to type in stream.
STEAM. Enter. Leaving menus. Search results for stream and dash Mystic. Virtual PC toolbar navigation. Search results for stream. Heading level 1. Article. Heading level 2. Link audio tutorial on the 3rd generation Victor Reader Stream MP3 format. Discover all that you can do with your 3rd generation Victor Reader Stream. This is a comprehensive audio tutorial on the HumanWare 3rd generation Victor Reader Stream. At just shy of 15 hours in duration, this tutorial will support well as getting link. Read more about audio.
You can read more about it.
Article end.
You can go up to the link and it's going to take you to the place where you can download.
So you cannot download directly from these search results. You have to go into it.
Right. So that's kind of how this site is going to work and behave moving forward. And I'm going to close the window.
Close document window. Mystic Access.
There we go.
Hi, everybody. This is a future Chris and a future Kim or something. It's
Hello.
post podcast recording with a couple of updates.
With a couple of updates, and you may notice that we sound a little different too.
We do. So, but we're going to do that in a minute.
Oh, okay.
So I want to update you on the Amazon oven saga that we talked about in the last podcast, the one where it just stopped working.
Yes,
via
thank you
voice.
to the multiple people who wrote us about this, because we appreciate knowing we weren't crazy.
Yeah, it turned out not to be just us. It turned out to be people with
several people.
Yes, with Amazon ovens. So apparently, the only thing I can surmise is that Amazon had an issue on their end that they promptly corrected. According to some people, theirs were down for a week just because we weren't using it enough and we didn't know. So the funny thing is that when the podcast was released the morning of, I just, for the sake of doing so, just tried it again and it started to work. And that's when we started getting other people. They had said they hadn't tried it until I replied to their email and said that mine is working again and theirs is now working too.
Yeah, it's kind of wild. So sometimes don't get too discouraged by when some of these things stop, because they may just return. I mean, we were at the point where it was like, okay, are we going to buy a new microwave and air fryer? You know, what are we going to do? How's this going to work? Whatever. And, you know, we were kind of looking into it a little bit like, well, do we care? Or, I mean, we probably honestly would have kept it until it actually died and just used the Braille. Because, I mean,
we
it still
weren't
worked.
sure. Right.
Yeah.
Because we weren't sure if it was the Wi-Fi chip or something weird that went.
Right.
So, you know, you're just not sure. And it worked fine using the Braille overlay. So it wasn't that the oven was dying, but you kind of think to yourself, okay, it's not working Wi-Fi. And the weird part, the funny part was, like I said before in the other podcast, is that the router was saying that it was online and it was sending and receiving data. So It probably was sending and receiving data to somewhere that it couldn't finish the connection in the cloud. And that's one of those things that you deal with when you deal with things that are connected via the cloud. I remember one time I had this one security system, I won't mention names, but one morning people woke up and they couldn't disarm their alarm. And they couldn't disarm their alarm from the keypad. So you had a keypad that was mounted to the wall connected to this alarm. The problem was even the keypad itself to disarm the alarm had to phone home. And they realized what a big problem that was. And they addressed the issue in an update. So they made it so that you can disarm and arm your alarm, whether or not your alarm was actually connected to the internet. That was a big oopsie. But
so $64,000 question. What did you
Yes.
do? How did you find out this was a problem, and what did you do about it in the interim?
People's alarms are going off and
Oh,
they couldn't disarm them
did yours go
until
off?
I don't remember. I don't think it did because I may not have had it armed at the time.
So you weren't trapped in a house or anything trying to
No,
figure out what was going. Okay, I gotcha.
no, but you would have been and could have been.
Right, sure.
You know, they even gave people discounts for keypads if you wanted multiple keypads, which I thought was kind of nice of them
Yeah.
because of that problem. But, it just goes to show you got to make sure that your stuff that is connected or phoning home has a way to work with it when you have no internet. Some things you just can't, like your thermostat, for example. If you have a touchscreen thermostat and the only way that you can operate it is through a voice assistant or an app on a phone, and your power goes out or your internet goes out, let's just say the internet goes out. You can't modify that, even though somebody with vision could walk over to the touchscreen and change the settings. The good thing about that is once you have your settings set, the programs will still run, whether you're connected to the internet or not in that type of situation.
And this kind of, to a degree, goes back to updates being a double-edged sword. Sometimes you don't know what's going to happen. Sometimes you
Right.
might need to. I mean, I know this particular instance wasn't an update, but sometimes that's what happens. People will bring you updates to fix these issues. And sometimes you just don't know, should I, shouldn't I?
Right.
How long should I wait?
Let's take a second and update you on our downloads page. Again, like I said, this is the post thing.
Sorry, guys.
So in the recording, you notice that there's no way to get back to the home spot without going to the home page. Well, at the bottom of the page now, you'll find a go back to home link, and that's on the page where all of your downloads are. And then that second page that comes up with the, start downloading here, there's a return to page, homepage link there as well. So you can get back to where you were. So already we're making changes, and whether this remains in the edited copy or not was this weird heading level that was in there that said free download categories. Well, that was my fault because when I changed things over, I tried to use text from the original page so we didn't have to rewrite from scratch. And of course, that heading was there and I didn't realize it. So that heading is now officially gone.
Yeah, it turns out we needed it in the original one, but we didn't need it in this one. So it was something that one of us had coded in to the previous one and wasn't necessary now. It was causing more problems than it was fixing. So we got rid of it.
We got rid of it. But now the final reason for this insert. Kim had mentioned that we both sound a little differently. So we're using our AirPods on this specific insert. So I'm using the AirPods 2 and she's
And I'm using the
using
AirPods Pro 3.
Yes.
So Pro 2 and Pro 3.
Right.
Now, you had mentioned yesterday when we were doing the past us, when we were doing our first recording for this podcast, that you were about to receive a little package with new ear tips.
Yes, and I did receive them. It was kind of funny. It came just after we had wrapped up.
Yep.
And the problem with those ear tips is that while they are nice, they sound nice and everything like that, but they didn't work with noise canceling.
Right.
Huge for me.
I think they're still worth keeping.
They
just
are.
in case you need them, especially because their packaging was so nice. They came in a nice little plastic container instead of just coming in, a little piece of cardboard.
Right.
And they came with a really nice cleaning pin, which was really worth the cost of the whole thing.
Oh, sure.
It's awesome looking. Now I want one.
It has a couple of tips that kind of swing out. So you've got a foam tip and you've got another tip to clean your AirPods. We should all be cleaning our AirPods, although
we totally all should, because they get nasty.
Yes, they do. I mean, they're hanging out in your ears.
Exactly.
So having some kind of cleaner is quite nice. Now you have an update about your AirPods Pro 3s. Is this the last time we're going to hear about the AirPods Pro 3s?
It is for me, guys. I have finally made a decision that I'm actually going to send these back. Now, the reason for that has nothing to do with their sound quality. It has nothing to do with their noise cancellation, anything like that. It's just the fact that I love my twos, and I don't feel like this, for me, upgrade was worth it. Especially when I was upstairs with my twos last night, and I was just laying in bed, and I was chilling out, and I was just watching videos. And I decided to go and look at settings for my Pro 2s and discovered they have almost every feature that the Pro 3s have. They don't have the heart rate sensor, so that's not a thing. I don't think their noise cancellation is quite as good as the 3s. But I don't think I care. I know for a fact, because I've done it, that being on a plane with the twos works beautifully for me. It's a perfectly nice system, and I'm perfectly happy with it. I also know that the threes are supposed to have a longer running time, and that's well and good and great, but I already have the twos. If I did not have the twos, would I keep the threes? Absolutely. But I do, and I love them, and I use them all the time. Okay, yes, they have a lightning port because they're the older versions of the twos. I can get over that, especially
You
because
could
I almost
also,
always wireless charge them.
yes, and you could also get a case for the twos that have USB-C on them if you really wanted to go that route.
Could I really?
Yes.
Huh, didn't even know that was a thing.
Do a search on Amazon
Interesting.
or Apple, and it'll.
I am not buying a case from Apple.
So
No, thank you. But it's just for me. So if you asked me, hey, Kim, I don't have any AirPods, which one should I get? I would probably tell you to go ahead and get the threes.
well, it really depends on that too. If they're still offering the twos and you get a discount on the twos, look it up though. If you guys really
Yeah.
don't have, and that way you could decide, is basically the heart rate sensor worth it for you?
And do you want more noise cancellation? I mean, I really do feel like the threes maybe have an edge over the twos in terms of noise cancellation. I've seen a lot of really positive reviews for the threes. I'm not discounting the threes and how good they are. I don't feel having the twos that it's necessary for me to have the threes. They're a little bitty thing. It's not like it's a 10-pound behemoth thing that I'd be lugging up and down the stairs every night. It's little. And for the most part, I use them upstairs anyway. Because that's the only time I have to play with them is upstairs when I'm getting ready for bed or, whatever that is. So for me, the twos just make more sense. There's no point in me spending the money and dealing with that right now when I just don't feel that it's necessary. In fact, you had a little surprise when you were playing with your twos this morning.
Yeah, I think because I was listening to my Maxes and they gave me the 20-minute bell, I guess, or 20% bell that they give you when you're listening to them to let you know that your battery life is going away. And I just
AirPods did that.
yeah, and I just took them off and put my AirPods in. And to me, actually, the AirPods Pro 2s sound better than the Max headphones. Again, it's all in my opinion. I'm not going to get rid of them. I'm not going to stop using them because I like over-the-ear headphones. But for me, the 2s did sound a little bit better than the AirPods. Maybe it was because the 2s are like sitting directly in my ears. I don't know, but there was a noticeable difference.
You also got a notice about translation.
Yeah, I did. I installed the updates on my twos for translation. So basically, what Kim is saying too is that a lot of the features, software features that are in the threes that they announced when the threes were announced, and we're still again talking Pro 3.
Yeah.
We're getting all the features or those features that we kind of want. I kind of like that idea of the audio ducking when you're trying to have a conversation with somebody. Will I turn it off or will I turn it on? Who knows? But I got the translation already. Now, I'm not sure if because I'm running a post 26 beta, or at least the ability to have a post 26 beta, that carries over to AirPods or not. So just because I got translation may not mean that you're going to get it today.
Just be on the lookout for it. It's probably headed your way sometime soon. I don't think I've gotten it on my twos yet, my Pro 2s. So it just goes to show, sometimes the shiny toy may not be what you want or need. I know I'm going to have to pay a little bit to have UPS come pick it up, but probably not more than about $7. And to get my 240 some back plus my tax, it's well worth it to me.
Exactly.
And I'm perfectly happy with my twos. In fact, I think I am going to buy myself a new case for my twos, even though I have two little silicone cases that I switch out between, because I want one with a pen. I want one of those cleaning pens, man. And you can get them real cheap for like, $12 or less. You can get yourself a nice case with a nice cleaning pen. So I think that's what I'm
But
going
it's
to do.
really smart to have that cleaning pen.
I agree 100%.
Maybe in the next podcast, we'll figure out how to use it and talk about
we can
it.
talk to you all about it. Sure, exactly. And here's the thing, guys. You're thinking, oh, you're talking about AirPods. If you have earbuds, you can
They need
use
to be
this pen.
cleaned.
They need to be cleaned. So you should still get a cleaning pen.
Exactly. Now back to our regularly scheduled Past Us.
So we just wanted to show you what the site looks like and get you updated on some things. And this site will probably be available on the day the podcast drops, if not sooner.
Yeah, so check it out. We plan on adding more stuff soon. We have a whole bunch of stuff in our more recent podcasts that we want to get actually onto this site. So we're going to be working on that a little bit as time goes by. Most of you know that Mystic is not either of our only gig. So sometimes it takes longer to get stuff out into the land of Mystic than we want. So just be patient with us, and we will try to get more stuff out on this site quickly.
Absolutely. Thank you, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
The preceding podcast is a presentation of Mystic Access, where the magic is in learning. If you are blind or visually impaired and wish to experience less stress and more fun on your unique assistive technology journey, our comprehensive audio documentation and additional offerings are here to support you. We welcome your visit at mysticaccess.com. That's mysticaccess.com. Have a question or wish to place an order via phone? Call us at 716-543-3323. If you have comments to share about this episode, follow our phone menu prompts to reach our Mystic Access podcast comment line. Email us at info@mysticaccess.com and connect with us on social media, Mastodon, mysticaccess.online, and facebook.com/mysticaccessempower. Would you like to spread the word about our podcasts? Anyone may explore our extensive archives and subscribe to receive our bi-weekly episodes at mysticaccesspodcast.com. If you enjoy our content, please consider rating and reviewing us on Apple Podcasts, TuneIn, Spotify, or your favorite podcast platform. Thanks for spreading the word and for being a listener. We hope you enjoyed this episode.